Okay, so what do you think about the mental health profession as a whole?
I think you have to be mentally ill to go to a mental health professional.
You have to be mentally ill to go to a mental health professional.
Yeah. James, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse.
Hi, James. How are you?
I'm well, sir. How are you, sir?
All is well.
Okay, I'm a mental health counselor from Texas. I do psychotherapy.
Let me ask James, are you on a Bluetooth or anything?
No, sir, I'm not on Bluetooth.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what do you think about the mental health profession as a whole?
I think you have to be mentally ill to go to a mental health professional.
You have to be mentally ill to go to a mental health professional?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think it's a made-up thing. Those people serve no good purpose at all. It's just about them making money and getting a false ego feeling by calling themselves a mental health therapist. They're lost. They're blind.
What kind of counseling do you do, Jesse?
I show people how to overcome the idea of mental illness.
And
how old are you, James?
I am 26.
Oh, I show people how to overcome and see that the issue is a spiritual issue. And so I point them back to the source that will cause them to live a spiritual life rather than an insane so-called mental life.
Okay. What's the difference between what you do and what I do as a mental health counselor and the counseling that you do?
I don't really know what you do exactly, but I know that the so-called mental health therapy people, they think that it's a physical issue. They don't know that it's a spiritual issue. And so what they do is end up giving a person the wrong advice and then giving them medication and attaching false names to the issue. They don't see that it's a spiritual issue. They say that it's HDD or PhD or STD or something like that.
Okay.
They don't know that. Do you show the people that it's a spiritual issue?
Most often it is.
Do you show the clients that?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Most often they're able to arrive at that conclusion after.
Yeah. Are you a Christian?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you are. And so have you overcome your anger?
Yes, sir. I used to be a very angry person.
Good, man. So did you go and forgive your mama?
Yes, actually. I didn't speak to her for most of my life. Actually, didn't meet my mother until I was 24. Funny you should ask.
And so how did it go when you went to her and forgave her?
Well, she came to me and asked for forgiveness, odd enough.
But
and at first I didn't know if I was in a place to forgive her, but it didn't take me long to realize that forgiveness was a natural state and that this harmony between your parents is not natural. It's not of God. It's not the way that people are supposed to live.
Right.
And people who live estranged from their parents don't get to live a very fulfilling life. They have to look for meaning elsewhere.
Have you heard of Dr. Mark McDaniel?
Mark McDaniel?
No, Donald McDonald.
No, sir.
I had him on the show once, and he was a guest on my show, I think a few times, really. So maybe you could be of help to them, James, since you know that it's a spiritual issue and not a physical one.
Yeah. Well,
are you able to be honest with the people that you counsel with?
Yes, Jesse. Am I able to use a little profanity on your show?
No.
Okay. I won't. As out of respect for you, I won't do that. But I will say there is a line that I use when I introduce myself to my clients.
And
that's, I never BS my clients.
Nice.
And that is, people can handle cold, hard truths a lot better than they can handle being lied to by professionals.
That's right, man.
So I've got to say, Jesse, if you don't mind my saying, your summary, your perception of the mental health profession, it doesn't shock me. I've heard that summary from other people, and I can see why counselors have earned that reputation for us. I was very careful to select a university that was not going to restrict my study studies. I wanted to actually learn actual behavioral science and not some left-wing ideology. So I attended a Christian university in order to achieve my master's in counseling. And so when I counsel, I don't necessarily always counsel Christians, but I live in Texas, so a lot of people are Christians, and whether they say they're Christians or not, it does usually come down to either a spiritual or existential reason as to what went wrong in their life.
I don't always counsel Christians. I counsel with everybody. It's been amazing to me the people and the issues that they've been dealing with that I've been able to counsel and to help them overcome. I've counseled. I mean, it's just been amazing, but it showed me how busy the devil is and the type of situations that he brings up on people because they live in their imagination and they identify with the devil rather than God, and they're thinking that their situation is who they are and they've been lied to. It's just been amazing to see that. Well, so James, let me ask, do you do you work for yourself or you work for someone else?
Right now I work for a public agency.
And so if they knew that you were telling the people the truth and really helping them, would they fire you?
No.
Don't say where you work, but would they fire you if they knew you were telling the truth?
No, I'm very blessed right now to work with a supervisor who is also a Christian. And,
good, man.
He's been counseling. He's in his 70s, so he's seen the changes in the profession, and he's there to counsel. He's not there to preach ideology. He's not there to do politics. He's there to actually see changes in people's lives. And in public agency, people come to us on usually a tax-funded basis if they don't have insurance. And so we have some guidelines, like they have to show up for session. They have to show some progress. They have to have actual goals. So
nice.
People can't, they don't just come to us to complain about like having to wait too long in the nail salon or, they got a dent on their Ferrari, stuff like that. They usually have some real issues, and if they're not serious about counseling, then we have to let them go and move on to the next referral.
Yeah. And the reason I ask that because over the years I've counseled with people who are into they're like mental health, so-called therapists or professional, and they know that what they're doing and what others so-called therapists are doing it's not helping the people. And so they come to me and they get the help, but they're afraid to go and help the people they work with because they're afraid that the company they work for, their boss may get them fired if they dealt with it in a spiritual way. Because most companies don't really want or know how to help the people. They're just really doing it to make the money. They're not trying to help the people.
Yeah,
so I'm glad to know you. I'm glad to know you're out there, James. What the?
Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate you saying that. I'm a very recent viewer of your show. I just discovered your content within the past couple of weeks, so I've been kind of watching those Savage compilations and a couple of other interviews, and you're an interesting guy, Jesse.
Amazing. You black?
No, I'm not.
No, I am.
Oh, yes, you're blacker than the Ace of Spades.
That's right. Well, James, happy White History Month, man, and I'm glad that you called, and maybe one day when you can, we'll have you on the show or something.
Oh, that'd be cool, Jesse.
Yeah, so thanks for calling, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man, keep it up. I hope you do it a long time.
Have you, someone want to know, what does he think of the silent prayer? You know about my silent prayer?
No, I haven't got to that yet. Can you kind of run that by me real quick?
Yeah, go to www.silentprayer.video, and I recommend you give it a try. And let me know what you think, because what it does, it causes you to slow down so the truth can catch up with you and bring you out of the darkness into the light.
Okay.
And you still can do a little hooping and hollering and stuff. And then when you're done hooping and hollering at God, be still and know Him.